Eyebrows, not only do they frame the eyes, they frame the whole face. But as we get older, not only do our eyebrows go a bit more sparse, they go a little bit more unkempt. So we need to do something about it. This is a two-part video. In the first part, I'm going to go through eyebrow tinting and eyebrow tweezing. I'll be telling you why we never wax the eyebrows. In the second part, I'm going to show you how to fill in and create that perfect brow. If you're new to my channel, I'm Sue Blackhurst and it's lovely to have you here. Now, I'm a qualified beauty therapist, hairdresser, and I was a London makeup artist. I'm here to share all those insider hints, tips and tricks so you can do all these treatments for yourself at home. If you're familiar with my channel and you've seen me lots before, you will know that I talk about my microbladed eyebrows. I've never hidden the fact that my eyebrows were tattooed and filled in. But recently I've noticed that the colour was not only getting darker, the tattoo ink almost seemed to be sort of dispersing, if that's right. So I was getting this sort of solid block of eyebrow and I didn't like it. So 2 days ago, I went to see my gorgeous friend Brooke and she dissolved the ink, took it out. It's still a bit pink, but the ink's gone. And what a difference it makes. I'm so much happier. But that's now left me with my own natural brow and they need some work. First of all, we are going to tint them and then I'm going to tweeze them and I'll explain the reasons why you tweeze and we don't wax the eyebrows. What I will say with tinting, if you haven't tinted your eyebrows before, whatever product you buy, do a skin test. 100% do a skin test. When you're doing a skin test, you mix a tiny bit of the product. We're going to go through that. And you either put it in the crook of your elbow here or maybe just behind the ear. What you're looking for is a red reaction. You're looking for your body and your skin reacting to the tint. What I will do is I'm going to do one eye completely today and you'll see the difference. It's really easy to do, but I'll talk you through it. You will need either, get yourself either an old makeup brush. So that's just quite a small thin brush, and you need a mixing pot for your tint. This is the glass jars that I buy from my beauty supplier. You don't need that. You just need something small. Like I say, the bottom of an egg cup, you can use that. Tints come in different colours. Generally, you're going to go from your light brown to your mid brown to your dark brown to your black. Your blacks and even your blue blacks, they are for eyelashes. It's a whole new video. We're not doing that. I've just got a colour here and it's a dark brown. What I will do is I'll go on Amazon and I will put some links below so you can find the products and you sort of look at the ones that I'm recommending. So we are simply mixing half and half. It's equal quantities of your eyebrow tint and we need a developer in exactly the same way as you do your hair. You've got to have your tint and you've got to have your developer. If you're buying a kit, they will come as both. So mixing, I'm using dark brown. I'm going to put it in this little glass jar so you can see it. And we're going to do equal quantities. I'm taking a dollop. You don't need much. That is probably in there the size of a pea. Looking at the size of that, we're simply going to take the developer and add an equal quantity. Obviously, this is a liquid, hard to tell, just use your judgment. So I'm taking here 2, 3, 4, 5. When this is mixed, the consistency, if it drips, you've got too much developer in it and just simply add more tint. Now, we are tinting the hairs, not the skin. So we want to brush all the hairs against the grain because if you push them with the grain, they're going to flatten and the hair's going to cover the other hairs. So we need to make them as spaced out and as unkempt as we possibly can. And then we're taking our brush. I'm going to try and do it on camera while I've got my little mirror. If you can see, I'm taking it against the hairs. I'm lifting the hairs. It's actually the oxygen in the air that develops this. So what you never want to happen is your hairs are all flat. You're not pasting them down perfectly. But can you see I'm just really pushing all these hairs up? Then take yourself a Q-tip, cotton wool bud. All I'm doing, I'm just going to go and just tidy up around the edge, just in case. So you can see there the amount of tint that has gone onto the eyebrow. It takes about, they say 5 to 7 minutes. I tend to leave mine on about 10 minutes because sometimes the greyer hairs tend to be a little bit more resistant. While it's developing, it's a perfect opportunity. I go and wash these out and I also get some cotton wool, soak them in water and create a pad of cotton wool so I can wipe this off once it's developed. So I'll come off camera and I'll come back on when it's all done. 10 minutes has gone and you can see how dark it goes. That's perfectly normal. Don't be scared. That's what happens to all tints. So I took a wad of cotton wool and I ran it under water, then squeezed it out so they're all thoroughly wet and now need to remove it. Just need to wipe Don't go over with the same bit because you're going to apply that tint back onto your skin. So fold it over. What a difference it makes. Such a difference. So we now need to look at shaping. Now, when it comes to shaping your eyebrows, okay, I always use tweezers. Now, I was trained many moons ago with automatic tweezers. That's what I use. You squeeze them and they tweeze, and that's how I train to do eyebrows, and that's what I use. If you prefer the manual tweezers, as they're called, we get in one hair at a time. I just prefer those. If you prefer the manuals, just get the one with the little like chiseled edges. That's what you want, like the chisel edge tweezers, and they'll be great. Let me explain the reason why I don't do waxing, or I say don't wax the eyebrows. This is the surface of your skin and this is your eyebrow growing. So we have the root here, the papilla of your hair, and this is the hair on the surface of the skin. Of course, it comes out at an angle. What we need to do is tweeze it from that angle and pull it out in that direction. The new hair that's forming underneath will come through, fill that space, and it will grow in the same direction. Once we start waxing, what happens is when you apply wax in the direction of the hair growth, but you remove it and you rip wax off against hair growth. So what we're doing is we're ripping this off. Look what's happening to this root down there. That's doing that. The hair will come out, but this root is being distorted. So when the next hair grows, that root's been distorted to that angle, that hair's going to come through and grow in that direction. We're then left with the hair like that, sticking out. We then wax again, we flatten it down, we pull it against the direction of the hair growth, and we are pulling again. So the new hair that grows up is now going in that direction. And this is why we have hairs going in all different directions on our eyebrows. So if your eyebrow hairs have been waxed and they're growing in all these different directions, don't wax. It's no good. Waxing doesn't alter hair growth. It's no different to tweezing. No different. It's exactly the same. You're doing the same thing, just en masse. So you're better doing tweezing where you have control over where you're actually pulling the hair, because what you need to do is support the skin. So this outer edge, remember what I'm trying to do here is lift the outer edge. Bearing in mind, we are going to fill them in later. And what I'm going to try and do is get the outer tail as high as I possibly can, because that will lift the eye. But I think that makes a world of difference. It looks higher, it's lifted my eyes, there's nothing else happened. That makes such a difference. So I'm now going to go and do the other eyebrow to match this one. I'm then going to make my second video, which is all about filling in and doing the pencil and actually creating the perfect shape. So do stay tuned, click on the next video, I'll see you there, and let's get those perfect brows.